Okay, I know you all voted to see Rusty, but this model I just recently got. So without further ado, let's get a real good look at Linda, the black bonnet goose from the Santa Fe Railroad. Okay, let's just get one thing straight. An engine like her never wore this livery. Yes, I know it looks realistic, but believe me, this is a fantasy scheme made by Broadway Limited. And I know I just said it's fantasy wrong, but trust me, I meant fantasy. But yeah, this is a fantasy scheme made by Broadway Limited. The real model is based off the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Blue Goose. However, Broadway Limited decided to make a fantasy scheme with Trainworld and the mistaken Lionel Black Bonnet paint scheme from their early days. While the model may not wear a real life scheme, this is still a beautiful model. The model came from Trainworld.com and it was a Trainworld exclusive. And I just knew I had to have it in my collection. And the price I paid for it was whoa, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, the model costs way more than my Hudson and way more than Rusty. And definitely way more than my Greaseball. Reviews on Rusty and Greaseball will come later down the line. So, me and my dad spoke on it, and we ordered it. It was originally going to be over 800, but during this time we used the Father's Day code and we got a discount. And just like that, it was ordered and shipped away. And lo and behold, 2 days later, it arrived on the day I was home alone. I took Linda out of the box, put her onto my display track, and holy, she is a real beauty. I love putting her next to my other engines, especially Darren, Hudson, and Rusty. This is a beautiful model, and Linda is going to be a real welcoming addition to the model railway engines. Now let's get into my own headcanon. This is where I also point out that I want to thank Central Pacific Railroad fan for helping me out with the headcanon. Her origins are quite interesting. In 1927, the Santa Fe expanded their steam fleet by acquiring 10 464s numbered 3450 to 3459 from the Baldwin Locomotive Works. Must I remind you that the model's number is 3640, making her a fictional add-on to the class. Locomotive 3454 was like her other sisters running fast passenger service up and down the Santa Fe network, but in the 1950s, the Santa Fe Railroad Company sold them for scrap value due to diesel locomotives, showing that they can do the job that steam can at a lower cost. Locomotive 3454 had a long career, but she sat in the sidings waiting for her fate. That was until an unexpected buyer came and purchased her for a bargain. The crew gave her a paint scheme known as the Black Bonnet, reminiscent of the War Bonnet paint schemes of the Santa Fe diesel engines, and Linda began doing rail tours across America. While in New Mexico, she got the name of Linda from a lady who was also named Linda. In Spanish, Linda means beautiful, and Linda is a beautiful engine. So that's how Linda got her name. While on her way to the Pacific Western, she ran out of coal and water on a hot summer day. And while Darren was traveling down the line, he had to pull double the amount out his way, and that caused him to burst the safety valve, which means that Linda had to stay on the railroad for a while until Darren gets the safety valve fixed. Now, this isn't the final headcanon for her. The headcanon is still in work in progress. As I like the idea of the rail tour engine, but I don't want Linda to be like a one-time character like Hank from Thomas the Tank Engine. Huh? Let's talk about the details now. There's a lot of separately fitted details, almost like the handrails and even the whistle on top of the streamlining. That's something I really like. Much like Hudson, this is a brass hybrid, something that was not listed on the Trainworld page. Thank you for notifying me, Trainworld. And much like Hudson, this model has traction tires. Considering that this is a brass model and it's like extremely heavy, it should not need traction tires. But besides that, there is also tiny little rivets, much like Hudson, which is also very cool. And for a fantasy scheme, it's not that bad. Like, overall, the paint scheme is good. Like, for someone who likes the Blue Goose, it's fine. But as a modeler slash collector, I like this fantasy scheme. It's nice to see a real-life engine with more creative liberties in paint schemes. Sure, Broadway Limited, it offers unpainted models for your own railroad purposes, but come on, you gotta give them credit for this Trainworld exclusive fantasy scheme. It is beautiful. Though, enough about me talking. Who wants to see this lady in action?
And that's all I have to say about Linda. She's a great model and definitely worth the price I paid for her. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that will be.